Hi, I want to show you real quick how to add a directory to GitHub locally or to Git locally using GitHub Desktop and then push it live. So let's say you're working on a project and you didn't start with GitHub Desktop, you just were kind of working on your own. So I have this shiny new project. It's just got an index.html and a CSS file right now. And I want to save it to Git locally and then push it up to a repository. So what I can do is I can go to GitHub Desktop and I can go to File, Add Local Repository. It's not technically a repository yet, so here's the trick to that. So if I go choose that project, site, shiny, there we go. If I click on that and I say open, it's going to tell me this directory does not appear to be a Git repository. So here's my little cheat. I can just say, yeah, I want to create a repository instead. I want to save it with the same name. I can add a description if I want. So pretty. And then here's the link to where I want it to go. At this point, you can totally add a README if you want. I think I will, just for fun. I'll talk about Git Ignore at a later date. Don't worry about the license, and then click Create. So now it's saved locally. I don't have to do any commits locally because it's just automatically done that. Initial commit down here is the message that they gave it. And now I can just push it to GitHub. So if I click publish, it's going to ask me, do you want it to be the same name? I absolutely do. You can have a different name for your repository than your local directory. It gets real confusing real fast. So I'm going to keep it the same. I don't want to keep this code private because that will require me to pay GitHub $7 a month. So make sure that this is not checked. And then you probably won't even have this. I'm affiliated with a bunch of organizations, so I have this drop down. I'm going to say none, and then click on publish. That will automatically create that repository for me. As long as GitHub Desktop knows my login, I'm good to go there. So it looks like we are good now. Yeah, so now it's up on github.com. So let's go take a look. If I go here, go to github.com, and I go to my list of repositories, it'll always be the most currently edited one will always be on top. So there is my shiny new project and all the stuff that I added. So there's that README file. They by default just fill it in with the name of the project, which is pretty nice. And there's my amazing description. So that is if you have started something outside of GitHub Desktop. Another way to do it is just to basically build your project in GitHub Desktop. So I could say File, New Repository, and I could make, like I'll just say extra shiny website. I'll just put it on my desktop for ease of this demo. I'll just say initialize repository with a README and then leave the rest the same. Click repository, and then that'll actually create a folder for me. So now I can just jump in. Let's see, publish. Yeah, so I'll probably edit it before I publish it, but I can just jump in by going to up here at the top. You can say repository, open in whatever text editor you're using. And then here, okay, yeah, so here's my new one. There's like nothing in here at all except for README. This .git attributes is something that GitHub Desktop has created. And then I can just start creating files, save them in here. I'll just do an index.html. Oops. Extra shiny website. Put in my boilerplate. Extra shiny. Get a head one, h1 extra shiny. Save it. So there's my index.html. Now if I go to the top, it recognizes I have a new file. I can say added index.html. Commit it to So that's locally save it, and then I can push it up to the repository. So it tells me here it's only available locally, but I can publish it. So I'm going to click publish, and then basically this will just do the rest. So it was sort of like one less step than the other way. Okay, keep the same. Make sure you deselect that keep code private, and then publish. Do 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 do. Okay, and then same old. If I go here and I click on my repositories, so just click on Luna. Come on, there we go. And then I click on the repositories. Now, oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry, I'll just go from here. Okay, got it. So there's extra shiny. And then remember, if you want to publish it live so that you can view it as an HTML page, that's where you want to click on settings, scroll down, and make sure GitHub Pages has selected master branch from the source dropdown. So right here, and that will make it live. And it'll take a few minutes, but it'll be live quickly. And the link will, once the page reloads, if you scroll back down, the link will be right at the top of that section. All right, thanks.